Hello and welcome back to TechnoSurgeon YouTube channel. So we have some news regarding price hike. Basically, ASUS has implemented another price hike for GeForce RTX 1590. Cards RX 9070 XT now starts at 720 bucks, which is bad to see. ASUS has implemented it, so various other manufacturers, Gigabyte, MSI, every other manufacturer will increase their graphics card. But yeah, it's bad to see. But as you can see over here, for instance, the RTX 1590 OC air-cooled model now costs 280 bucks more than it they did a few days ago. The only exception is like that ROG Astral Liquid Cool Edition, but it's like almost 300, 3,410 grand, so it's already too much. But yeah, the card is now that OC air-cooled model is now 3359 bucks, and this card was supposed to be costing 2800 bucks, so it's really insanity. And as you can see over here, most almost all of the cards, like, there's no card which costs less than 3000 bucks right now. Only the tough RTX 5090, this variant is only going for 2759, but it's too much. And the same goes for AMD's lineup. uh, yeah, it looks very bad. And yeah, next up, we have some news regarding MSI. Why we didn't got any RX 9000 GPUs by MSI? Like, MSI doesn't plan Radeon RX 9000 series GPUs. Basically, AMD has officially confirmed that it will not manufacture graphics card based on AMD's latest RDNA4 architecture. And we already saw this happening in a statement to Tom's Hardware. The representative said that they are not manufacturing AMD's GPUs this generation, pausing its AMD partnership while leaving the door open for future collaboration. Basically, the data which was compiled by Tom's Hardware showed that MSI produced 45 distinct models for RDNA2, which was 6000 series. Then it dropped down drastically to just 4 custom designs for RDNA3, which was like insane drop. And now it representing it represented like 91% reduction, and now they just have 9000 series, and they limited it to just 7900 XTX. But now they are just like, we are not doing any allocation, and they are just allocating everything to their NVIDIA lineup, which is bad to see by MSI. And I will go over it why it's bad, because MSI might be thinking like they did a good job by going with NVIDIA for this generation, but as we can see in the future further news, that, and compared to NVIDIA, AMD is doing pretty good. So yeah, basically AMD's share is going high, but I will go over it. But AMD side will be looking bad at this point, because AMD's Radeon VP called like 9070 XT demand unprecedented. RDNA4 launch was a milestone event. David McAfee basically came out and said like, uh, this week, he said that uh, RX 9070 and 9070 XT is sale out worldwide at blistering speed, and he is saying the launch of a RDNA4 was really a milestone event for our graphics business. The demand was very, very strong all over the world, and the main reason for it must be because AMD is just focusing on the low end segment right now, just the mid range segment, and low end, and there's no high end graphics card which can do the computation power required by AI. It's just AMD's RX 9070 is purely made for gaming purposes. It doesn't have that much AI capabilities. It has AI capabilities, but not on the level of RTX graphics cards. So that might be one of the reason, and the price tag, because it's start at 600 bucks and 550 bucks respectively. That will be the major turning point. And since uh, it's already like 22% over the MSRP, but still it's doing good. And the main thing is like, since the data compiled, it says that AMD is doing pretty good. As you can see over here, AMD's manager reports like 45% GPU retail market share in Japan, eyes from 70% as the next target. Basically, what happened, uh, that they had spring new product launch in Akihabara, Tokyo, which drew influencer, and to this, the AMD's Japan division marketing manager, this guy, Yoshikita Sato, said it's doing like machine translation now, claimed that Radeon has boosted its market share in the country to 45% with RDNA4, which is truly insane to see. Like 45% is not a small market share from like taking it from NVIDIA basically. And this might be just happening because of AI, because AMD has not focused on AI that much, but NVIDIA has going all in with AI. But yeah, that's just my thought. And the next target for it is like 70%. But the other thing is like supply constraints has spoiled the values of this 9070 GPUs, but within the reach of, but at the same time, 5070 Ti is retailing for like 800 bucks and stuff like that. But yeah, this session was pretty good, and maybe MSI was seeing it and saying like, yeah, we should have gone with RDNA4 this generation and skipped RDNA5. Maybe, don't know. But yeah, next up we have news regarding AMD, and AMD literally crushes Intel in February CPU sales. Basically, Ryzen 7 9800X 3D stills at the top spot on Amazon with 8,000 plus units shipped, which is nice. As you can see over here, the basic the top is Ryzen 7 9800X 3D, and almost like top 11 or so is AMD's, and just Intel is having like two or three spots. Basically, their 13 and 14 gen is doing pretty good compared to like uh like Intel Core 200 series or Intel Core 100 series. But yeah, it's looking pretty bad for Intel at this current point of time. Like Intel is slowly disappearing from their top selling spots. And lastly for today, we have some nice benchmarks from AMD's Ryzen AI Max plus 395 Hello APU, and it's over 3 times faster than RTX 5080. But do not, it's an AI benchmark. And as you can see over here, we will go over it. As you can see over here in this image, uh, on the left, the small part is basically Intel Core Ultra 7 258V, and the green is like ROG Flow, the only laptop which comes with that graphics card, with that APU, not graphics card. But as you can see in LLM Studio, it's token per second, and it's literally 2 times faster than Intel's implementation. And we can see over here, yeah, this is the slide where it has compared to NVIDIA's RTX 5080, and do not, it has compared to desktop part. So this is not going to do with text with mobile GPU, but with a full-fledged NVIDIA graphics card. And here it's like that Ryzen AI Max. And here you can see like tokens per second. At the start, it like NVIDIA is doing pretty good over, as you can see over here. But since this ALM model which they are using exceeds like almost 100 gigs, maybe. Still don't know what AI model it was using. Let's see which AI model it was using, but it was like a DeepSeek R1, yeah, R1 digital model, ON14B. So this is almost like 32 gigs or 64 gigs model. And as you can see over here, this is the limit model size where it says 16 gigabytes. 16 gigabytes is the cap for RTX 5080 because it just comes with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So what happened is like since it can't load all of the model tokens inside the VRAM, it gets like bottleneck basically, and then we can see like a steady performance over here with Dipstick R1, Pope 14B, 14B, 32B model, and yeah, and over here it's like yeah, and AMD's implementation just kept getting like increased performance. Over here it's like iterative types, but the reason behind it will be like because it has unified memory. Basically it's an APU, so it has access to all of the system memory, system RAM, and I think you can allocate like 96 gigabytes as a VRAM to the APU, to just like that graphics processing unit of Ryzen AI Max. And that might be one of the reasons, since it had so much VRAM that it had loaded all of the things into the system memory, and then it just like does this computation. But yeah, it's nice to see like AMD is not that bad in certain workloads right now. But yeah, that's it from me today. What do you think about the news? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.